guys, welcome back. I am going to do a dirty pour where I just pour all the paints in on top of each other. None of this layering carefully business. I did one the other day that I wasn't very happy with. I got an island in the middle and it just bugged me, so I want to go again. I did this swirl when I pulled the cups down. I did a swirl and I shouldn't have done that, so it's been bugging me and I need to get it right, so I'm going again. So if you haven't seen that video, check it out. Same pouring medium, 60% glue, 40% water. Excuse my dirty gloves, I'm reusing my gloves. They're in short supply at the moment, so just wash them and then dry them and then use them again, hey? Why not? So that's the pouring medium. The paints have been mixed equal parts, pouring medium to paint. The Mont Marte, I'll show you the consistency. This is my usual consistency for flip cups. It's pretty thick. Hopefully you can see it. It leaves quite a big mound, and when you go around, 1, 2, 3, it sits on top for a few seconds. Okay, that's how I like it. Especially with this type of a pour, I think it needs to be a little bit thicker. So I've got 2 whites. I've got a brown, which is burnt umber. They're all Mont Marte. Beachy colours. That is turquoise. Someone said to me, which Mont Marte turquoise was it? It's just called turquoise, guys. These beigey colour are mixed, basically white with a few blobs of the burnt umber to get that beigey kind of a colour. Creamy, tan, taupe, whatever you want to call it. And the teal is 2 parts phthalo blue, 1 part sap green, which is the dark green. That gives me my teal. Now I have got a whole kilo of mixed paints here. I did basically 80 grams of pouring medium and 80 grams of paint. The white, I added an extra blob. The brown, a blob less of the brown, because I know it's quite a thick paint. Because this one's got a lot of white in it, it's got an extra blob of paint, and these 2 are just equal parts pouring medium to paint. Okay, 30 by 60 centimeter canvas, 12 by 16 inch. This is just, my daughter was going to do paw prints on this. She wanted like a field, so she did greens and browns and things, and then she decided she'd rather do beach. So I said, that's okay, just leave it, I'll pour over it. So I'm going to put some spot on treadmill silicone in 4 cells, and I'm going to do 4 drops in each because they're big cups. And I'm going to do the white as well. And hopefully I can get this pour right, because the last 2, I've tried this twice already. I don't know that I've put all the videos up, but I've tried it twice already. Not happy with it. Not happy, Jan. So we're going to go again, because I need to keep going with something until I get it right, otherwise it bugs me. I have to get it right, no matter how many times it takes. It can be a little bit annoying, I guess, but hey, that's just who I am. Although, you know, I can't always do things. I have to concede defeat sometimes. All right, give it a good stir. So as I said, no layering. I'm just going to pour the paints in, so it shouldn't take too long. Make sure you give your oil a really good stir, because if you get big blobs of oil on your painting and then tilt your canvas, that big blob of oil just stretches and makes like a big wormy thing. Wormy looking creature, not attractive. That brown feels a little bit thick still. As I'm stirring, I can feel the white is not as thick as the brown. I'm just going to pop a little blob of water in that. Hopefully it'll be all right. Just feels thicker than the others. The brown, it's like black, you know, in the thickness, the consistency. It's always thicker than the other paints. Okay, Righto, let's get to this. So, third of the white in the bottom. And then I'll just pour the paints in on top. Always the way, when I start painting, a courier arrives. It's just while I'm pouring in my garage, because I've turned my garage into a studio, so as soon as a truck arrives in the driveway, I can hear them and hopefully catch them before the dogs bark. Okay, here we go. In with the brown, so just a third in each. You need a little bit more, don't you? So having a little bit of extra paint is a good idea. It really is. The more paint you have, the easier it is to get lovely cells, because you're not stretching your paint to get to those corners. And every time you stretch your paint, obviously you stretch your cells. So the more paint you have, the more it can kind of glide around like that with the cells sitting on top without touching the canvas, and they won't overstretch. So more paint is better. Trust me. I've been doing this for over 3 years and I've learnt the hard way. When I started, I didn't use nearly enough paint and really stretched everything out to get to the corners. Oh, and my paint was a lot thinner too. Ended up with very big wobbly cells. I thought they were beautiful, you know. I just thought, wow, look at that. And then it wasn't until much later on that I realized, hey, you've got to use thicker paint and you've got to use more paint, and then you'll have really pretty cells. So yeah, that it took me a while to figure that out, but I did eventually, and never looked back. So lots of paint. When I'm doing a 30 by 40 centimeter canvas, I use 700 grams. This is an extra 20 centimeters. So I would technically use probably 900 grams, but I thought, oh, just to be on the safe side, I'm just going to go with an extra 100 and make 900 grams. All right, in we go with the teal. I don't know why that one's got so much brown on the top. It's kind of lifted up, hasn't it? Just trying to get equal amounts of paint into each of them. So I'm not going to do a flip and drag. I'm just going to kind of just flip the cups over and see what happens. That's why I've only got the 3 cups. When I'm doing a drag and I want the stripies, I do more cups, like 5 smaller cups, so that I can get lots of drags and lots of stripies. Okay, so now with the last white, in we go. Hopefully that will blend all our colours beautifully. And we should have a really pretty, hopefully, blended background with any luck. That's what the plan is anyway. The plan, Stan. Okay, that's all my colours in. You're the middle one. Let's put you there. Okay. Now I am putting them a little bit, you know, towards the top of the canvas because I need some room to flip them over. There's no point doing them here and then I'm flipping them and all the paint's running down. I was pretty neat with those. Oh, that's because I didn't layer, hey? Yeah, I'm thinking, where's all my paint blobs that I need to smooth out? Okay, so this time, when I did the one that with the island, the bushy atoll that I didn't like, I went like this. I swirled the cup as I pulled it down and I got this big brown blob in the center, which was my island in the stream. I actually don't know whether I've put that video up. sometimes I think, oh, should I put this up? It's really not very good. And then I get embarrassed to put it up because it's not good. Oops, cups are sticking because it's on a previously used surface. But it was done a week ago. It's totally dry. And it was just put on with a sponge. It's not thick. Hopefully it won't crack or anything like that. I find if I use a canvas that's had a previous pour on it, which has got, you know, thick paint on it, 9 times out of 10 it'll crack. So don't do it. Just keep it or throw your canvas out and get a new one. It's not worth pouring over. They just crack. Righto, guys, let's do this. Put some paint on the corner. Might as well get all that out along the corner there. But see how stripy it is? I've told you guys before, don't, you know, put that paint back up in the center. All right. Whoops, we're stuck again. Put that there. Actually, I'll just continue that. And what's left over out of that cup, I'll put up in that corner there. Oh, I've got a bit of a dribble there. Oh dear. I think what happens is the paint falls from the top here. So I've got to be careful. See, holding it like that's better, isn't it? Because that, I think the paint fell from inside there on top of my beautiful puddle there. I don't know that I can disguise it. We'll just have to wait and see what happens. Okay, so this is the area that's got the most blank. So again, we'll turn it around and cover that area first. Well, we've still got the most amount of paint on there to move around. Okay. I don't have to worry too much about keeping everything straight. Although, you know, as in stripies, I tend to do it automatically. See, I don't want too much paint to go off the edges yet. I need to cover my sides. So I'm just going side to side. And I've got my corner catcher organised. So let's pop that on. Take that paint into the corner. Hopefully without losing too much over the edge just yet. And back. Can always come back to that corner if I need to. Now hopefully I can get rid of a little bit of that, but I won't be able to get rid of a lot of it because I need that paint on the surface. Whoops, there it goes. Okay, go. It was going to bug me, wasn't it? So it's best if it's gone. You can go too. All right, so that ends pretty good. I'm not going to get to that corner. I've already lost more paint than I would like to. Did I just get paint on my shirt? No, I'm all right. Okay. See, I automatically want to straighten up my lines. It's looking very brown. Now I'm going to torch early so that you've got some room to stretch your cells. Okay, nice and high, as usual, little circles. Don't dab as if you're throwing a dart at it, just keep same height, round and round in little circles. Bubbles are still there. I'm not close enough to pop bubbles, so that's okay. If you're close enough to pop bubbles, you're probably too close. The bubbles will take care of themselves, or we can pop them later with the skewer. Just leave it for now. Don't get too close because you'll ruin it. You'll ruin your painting. You'll get clusters of cells. You'll get caterpillars. So again, trust me on this, you guys. I've learnt the hard way, and I'm happy to share my little tips and secrets with you. And one of the most important things is not torching too close. She says as she gets a cluster over there on the side. And go over it again in the areas that you might want a little bit more sellage. You can go over it a few times. You don't have to just do everything in one passing with the torch. Okay, I think that'll do for now. I can always add more later. Now you can see how tiny my cells are at the moment. These bigger ones form just on their own. Let's pop a few bubbles. There's a lot in there. I'll just get the really big ones for now. So we'll let those cells come up. Now my mix was pretty thick, so my cells that I've just torched are really quite small. Hopefully my mix wasn't too thick, but they will get bigger as I tilt the canvas. That's the whole idea of torching early while you've got lots of paint on the surface. It's nice and thick. The oil can come to the top and bring all those different layers of paint with them. And you get your multicolored cells, so it's really nice and thick. It's probably about that thick sitting on there. So now is when we can stretch these little cells out and get bigger cells. So don't just go straight down, go left, right, so that the cells are stretching that way, and then that way, and hopefully they stay round. Okay, ducks, clear as mud. Everyone got that? Not all answer at once. All right, I need to go over to this corner. It's looking a little bit brownish to me, isn't it? Over we go to that corner, get over the corner, get rid of the stripies. I'll come back to the middle a little bit and take the weight down there and come back to the middle. Okay, got a couple of blobby things there that I don't like. Wonder if I can get those off. Now to get those off, let's just walk your canvas down, left and right, until they've gone skis. And bring the weight of the paint back to the middle. Okay. Now this area here, I torched a lot more. See all my little cells there. Cell City. It's more of a sort of a brownish tone in this pool. I did darken my cream up a little bit. Maybe that's why. Added an extra blob of the brown. Just trying to get a few little cells in here. Just to match here because it's quite busy, so I kind of needed a little bit more there. Now I'm going to see if I can open these up just a touch, plus all my little ones that I've just torched up. So just walk it back and forth, just to try and stretch a few out. And come back. Okay. What do we think of that one? I still don't love it. Maybe just, you know, dirty pour is just not my thing. Not my thing. because the colors do blend so much when you're just pouring them in, hey? Normally what I do is, you know, layer them, as you know. And maybe there's a reason. Maybe that's why I've been doing it like that for such a long time, because you do get a better result. So we can see the difference. I'll go and grab the other one in a minute. I'll just do my corners. I'll go and grab the other one. And you can see the difference between layering and dirty pouring, hey? Because there is a difference, that's for sure. Love those. I'll take you down for a close-up later so you can see those. They're really pretty cells, those ones. Just cover up my corners. Got a few of these paintings now. What am I going to do with them all? Okay, there we go. I think we're done. I think we're covered. All right, let me get my gloves off. Yeah, I did make my brown, my cream darker. I guess that's the reason it's looking darker. Turn my lights off. I'm just gonna have a look through the screen and look at it through there. That's the lights on. It's the lights off. Lights on, lights off. Wax on, wax off. Okay. I'm just going to grab the other one out. Still wet. I only did it yesterday. It's certainly more white, isn't it? It's really pretty. This one's the creamy beigey colour. Because I made it so much darker, it's kind of taken over. And also, this is layering the paints, so it keeps the colours more separate. This is a dirty pour. This blends the colours a lot more, as you saw. So I just thought I'd show you the difference. You know, they're both beautiful paintings, don't get me wrong, but this one is certainly more blended, but I love those. You do get more multicolours, I guess, with the layering of the paints. You don't get as many sort of variations in colours, whereas you do get variations here. We've still got some nice background. So I think I will move on from dirty pours. I've done what I wanted to do. I think I've proved to myself that I prefer the layered cups better. I just think they're not as, you know, they're not as muddy, they're not as blended. Especially this half here. It's really quite blended. Still got some pretty cells in it. But I think that was a pretty good experiment, showing you the difference between layering your colours and just pouring your colours in, and then they blend a lot, don't they? Yep. If it was all like this third, I'd be quite happy. That one there, that's the best spot. I love it. And over here, that's pretty cool too, over there in the white. That's really nice. Okay, I'll leave it at that. Let me know what you think anyway. If you prefer dirty pours or the layered pours. It's like I'm talking about cats and dogs' paws, isn't it? All right, I'll leave it at that. Thank you again so much for watching. Appreciate all your views and comments. And yeah, I'll just move on to my usual layered flip and drags. I'll do a few more for you because I think you guys have been missing them, haven't you, with me doing blooms and things. So I'll do a few more of those. Let me know what colours you'd like me to do. And we'll do a few more flip and drags, hey? Because they are my favourite, all-time favourite technique to do with acrylic pouring. All right, I'll leave it there. Gonna have a cuppa, upload another video for you, and I'll see you real soon, okay? Stay safe, guys. Love you all. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.